Windows 11 25H2 is live, and that means all of my previous videos on installing Windows 11 are now outdated. So it's time for a new one. Let's get into it. As you probably know by now, the latest build of Windows has been released, and that is 25H2. I'm a little late on making this video because some of the creators much larger than me were getting their videos on the subject pulled. They were big enough to get a media reaction, and then YouTube reversed those decisions, so now little creators like me can go back to making their content. This video is going to cover a couple of different scenarios. Of course, if you're still on Windows 10 and you need to upgrade to the latest version of Windows 11, this video is for you. But also, if you upgraded to Windows 11 back during 23H2 on unsupported hardware, you've been getting your monthly critical updates, but the big version updates that happen every 2 years aren't automatic. And support for Windows 11 23H2 ends on November the 11th, which as of the recording of this video is in 3 days. What happens at that point? You stop getting critical updates. If you've upgraded to Windows 11 on unsupported hardware using one of my videos, you're still good for another year, because I didn't start making these videos until last year when 24H2 was out, and it is good until October of 2026. Every 2 years, there's a major version update, and if you are on unsupported hardware, you have to do that manually. And that's what we're going to do today. You will need a flash drive with at least 8 gigabytes of free space and the computer that you want to upgrade. Now, if you are on an unregistered version of Windows 10, you can't upgrade to Windows 11 without an activation key. So check out today's sponsor. Are you using an unregistered version of Windows 11? Then you need to check out keysfan.com. Keysfan offers a wide range of products including Windows 11, Windows 10, and even older versions like Windows 7. Need Office software? They got you covered with keys for Office 2019 and Office 2021. And here's the best part. You can save big with exclusive coupon codes by using my code RKT50 to get 50% off all Windows series. That means you can get Windows 11 Pro for less than $20. But wait, there's more. For Microsoft Office, use my code RKT62 to get a massive 62% off. Buying is super easy. Just add your chosen product key to your cart, apply the coupon code, and pay securely via PayPal or credit card. You'll receive your genuine activation key in no time. Once you have your product key, go back to the activation page, click on Change Product Key, enter the product key you just purchased, and click Activate. Be sure to check out keysfan.com. Real quick, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets my videos out to more people. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Before we get started, I'm going to cover a couple of questions that I always get. I only recommend using this method on 7th generation or newer processors, although it will likely work on the 4th generation processor, but it still will not work if your CPU does not have the SSE 4.2 instructions. There is no workaround for that, it just will not work. But at this point, those computers are about 20 years old, so you shouldn't be trying to run Windows 11 on them anyway. Some of the common problems from past videos that I hear a lot is the installation failing. You get that message, I'll put it up here, about failing on the second reboot. That is a problem with Windows trying to migrate your old user profile over to Windows 11. It doesn't mean you can't upgrade to Windows 11, but what it does mean is you likely can't do an upgrade. You're going to need to do a clean install. Another very common issue is doing the upgrade while connected to the internet and allowing Windows to do updates during the installation process. If your computer is fairly recent, it shouldn't be an issue, and I actually recommend it because you're getting the latest updates while it installs. However, if you have an older system, it could potentially get hung up on an update, or it will take a very long time to do the installation because it's doing the updates during that process. If you run into failures, you can always disconnect from the internet, let it install Windows 11, and then do your updates afterwards when you're in Windows. That way, if there is a potential update that's causing the problem, you can identify it. All right, make sure you have that flash drive handy, and we're going to jump right in. All right, from the browser of your choice, we're going to navigate first to Rufus. Do not click on any of these ads. You will certainly regret it and then want to blame me. I'm going to come right here. I always grab the portable version. It's the one that I prefer. I'm going to click on that. I'm not going to click in this ad. I'm just going to click this X here to the right, and the download has completed. So if we look in our downloads folder, we see we have Rufus right there. Now we need to go get the Windows 11 ISO. So I'm just going to type in download Windows 11. I'm going to click right here. We're going to come down here to create Windows 11 installation media, and I'm going to click the download now. We're not going to use the media creation tool to create the bootable drive. We're just going to use it to download the ISO. And I do that for a specific reason, mainly because my viewers in the UK have told me when we do the ISO directly, it doesn't give them the option for UK English. I'm going to go ahead and run the media installation tool. I'm going to close this stuff out. I'm going to accept the license agreement. Now for me, I'm going to use the recommended options for this PC. And if you are doing this on the PC that you're on, you should do the same. I'm going to click next. And here's where we need to make a selection. So we're not going to do a USB flash drive using the Windows tool. We're going to do the ISO file. And then I'm going to click next. I'm going to save this to my downloads folder and click save. This will take a few minutes to download the ISO, and I will skip forward. Now that our ISO is created, I'm going to click finish. And now if I go to my downloads folder, I'm going to have Rufus and my Windows 11 ISO and a media creation tool that I no longer need, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now I'm going to plug in that USB flash drive with at least 8 gigabytes of space, and I'm going to run Rufus. Do you want to allow Rufus to check for application updates? I'm going to go ahead and allow it to check for updates. And now you can see up top here, that is the flash drive that I selected. It says Zorin OS because that's the last thing that I used it for, but it's about to get wiped out, so it don't matter. Rufus has found an updated version. I'm going to click yes and let it download those updated files that it needs. Now it's ready. I'm going to come here and select that ISO. All right, now for me, it has automatically selected the GPT scheme, but one of the things that I like about Rufus is if you click Alt-E, it will go into dual UEFI BIOS mode. So the flash drive will be set up to handle either scheme, whether you're MBR or GPT. Because if you're doing this on an older system, you could very well be MBR. Okay, now that we have all of those items selected, I'm going to click Start. I'm going to close this window in the background first. Then I'm going to click Start. And now we have some options to make here. We're about to do an upgrade, so some of these options won't actually apply to the upgrade, but they will apply if we need to use this USB flash drive later to install a fresh copy of Windows 11. Or maybe you're doing a fresh install now. So either way, I'm going to make sure that these first two are checked to remove the requirements for 4 gig of RAM, secure boot, and TPM 2.0, and remove the requirements for an online Microsoft account. Now, I already have a local account created on here, and I'm doing an upgrade, but I'm going to select this box in case I need to use this flash drive for a clean install later. I'm going to go ahead and set the regional values the same. I'm going to disable data collection, disable BitLocker automatic device encryption. I always do that because I don't like it when it automatically encrypts my device without my permission. And then I'm going to click OK. Now Rufus is just warning me that it's going to erase all of the data that's currently on that flash drive, and I'm okay with that. And now Rufus is creating the installation media. and I will skip forward until it's complete. Now that Rufus is completed, I'm just going to click close. Okay, now I'm going to go to this PC. Now you can see here, this is the flash drive that we created with Rufus and the Windows 11 ISO. You'll take two different avenues here. For this video, I'm just going to do an upgrade, so we're going to run the installation right from here. If you were doing a clean install, you would need to boot from this flash drive. But I'm just going to simply open up the drive and then run the setup. You'll get the user account control. I'm going to click yes. And the Windows upgrade process will begin. Now this first section here is going to tell you the setup will go online to get updates, drivers, and optional features. These updates will help the installation go smoothly and can include important fixes, updated device drivers, and additional files which are not on the installation media. I'm going to allow it to do my updates during the installation. If you are on older hardware and are having a problem getting the installation to complete, you may want to change how setup downloads updates or disconnect from the internet before proceeding. I'm going to go ahead and click next. Future right here, I'm going to make another suggestion. You may want to hold off on the updates until after the installation. I've done these upgrades many a times over doing these videos on this system, but with 25H2, it took what seemed like twice as long as normal for the installation because of all of the updates that it was doing. If you have a much older system, I wouldn't recommend attempting that. I would just try to do the updates after the installation. Completely your call, just sharing my experience. All right, let's get back to it. And now Windows 11 will check for updates. Checking my PC. And I'm going to go down here to accept the agreement. And in true Windows 11 fashion, it is getting updates once again. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until the updates are complete, and we are at the next step. If you chose to bypass the updates or disconnect from the internet, this part will be much quicker. Alright, now this next screen here, it's just letting you know that this PC does not meet the system requirements for Windows 11 because the hardware is unsupported. However, they let you do it. If they did not want you to do it, they would not allow it. I'm going to click accept. All right, ready to install. It's verifying that I'm going to install Windows 11 Pro, and I'm going to keep my personal files and apps because this is an upgrade, and I'm going to click install. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part and meet you at the next step. If you're doing an upgrade, it should go all the way through until you're at the Windows 11 desktop. If you're doing a clean install, you will have to do the out-of-box experience. I will meet you there. Okay, actually it did still come to this screen, but all of these privacy settings and stuff are already turned off because of Rufus. Just next and accept. And we are in Windows 11. That is evidenced by the ridiculous start menu in the middle of the screen, to which we are going to fix that by going to taskbar settings because we are not savages. We're going to come down here to taskbar behaviors, and under taskbar alignment, we'll move that to the left. And while we are in settings, let's jump all the way down here to about, and we are on Windows 11 Pro 25H2. And I'm going to go back once, and I'm going to come down here to activation, and my activation is active according to Windows. We'll come down here to the updates, and I am up to date because I did all the updates during the installation, which by the way took an extremely long amount of time, more than usual. Let's close this out. Need to come through here, get rid of some garbage. But other than that, all of my information is still here, so the upgrade was successful. If I go to my downloads folder, you can see that those files are still there. It did give me a solid black background, and I'm assuming it's because the desktop that I have was a Windows 10 specific background. So let's come in here and pick a Windows 11 background. All right, and that's it. And there you have it. Hopefully you were successful and you have now updated to the latest build of Windows 11, which is 25H2. Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment below. Also, let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a Windows 11 25H2 clean installation video instead of the upgrade we just did. Also, I'm working on my next upcoming video from last week's video where I had you tell me in the comments which Windows applications you would like to see me install and run on Linux. I've gathered together a list based on your comments and that video is coming, so be on the lookout for that. Do me a favor, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. It tells YouTube to push my video out to more people and it helps me grow the channel. Be sure to check out some of these other video suggestions, and as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.